Yo,
what's poppin'?
what's going on? We back again with another episode of
Brooklyn Boyz Radio.
Right Back at You. What's good, my G?
Everything good? Yo,
I'm
before we
good.
even start, let's get this out the way. Like, subscribe, share, please.
Like, subscribe, share, please.
And leave a comment, man.
And tell a friend to tell a friend
That's right.
to tell a friend.
That's right.
Yeah, how was your week, man?
My week was good, bro.
Yeah.
My week was good, man. I can't complain. You look like you smiling. You got glossy eyes. What's happening? How was your week?
Ain't nothing, you know.
Nothing happened?
Same old. I mean, I'm feeling positive about the new year, you know.
That's good.
Just looking forward to what the new year has to offer and what's to come. You know, just putting in the effort and allowing God to do the rest.
Yeah, it's funny. The new year started the other day, and I woke up yesterday and was just getting all kind of good news, and I'm just being prayerful that it continues that way. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a crazy day of like great news and shit, man. Even my last news at the end of the day, I had a cousin that been on a run for a little while.
Uh-huh.
His life was straight.
That wasn't a little while.
No, like 16 years.
That's what I'm like. That wasn't a little while.
And he been on the straight and narrow, and he got caught up in a routine traffic stop. You know what I mean? And they took him in. And they finally caught him.
Uh-huh.
And he did 30 days, and they just gave him time served. You know what I'm saying?
They gave him time served.
Time served. Yeah.
God is great, man.
God is good. You know what I'm saying? So, but a plethora of things was happening for me. All in that one day was like back to back, and I was like, what's so funny? I woke up today. It was like, yo. I hope yesterday wasn't like a fluke, you know what I'm saying? Today I started getting the bullshit phone calls.
You hope yesterday wasn't a glitch in the Matrix?
The Matrix, right? I didn't want to do that, but it's all good. I see we looking like, some sun-kissed today. You got orange, I got orange, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I felt like just bringing a little sunshine. I got on my orange, I got on some pink, I got on my orange off-whites, you know what I mean?
I got some colors too. I got orange, yellow, brown.
Long live Virgil.
Check this out. Long live Virgil. I got corduroys on, B. I ain't wear corduroys.
Corduroys. I didn't even know corduroys still existed.
Yo, son, I ain't wear corduroys since my mother used to take me to go to church. So funny. You remember back in the day, people probably don't remember, but back in the day, you used to put the hem in your pants.
Yeah. And you used to iron them.
Yeah, when I was folding them, I had fold them like the old corduroys, like how you put the hem in your pants. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Nobody wear hems in their pants no more. I don't even think kids probably won't even know what that is.
Last time I seen corduroys was probably 10 years ago. True Religion had this corduroy. It was cut like a jeans jacket, and they had the corduroy pants with it. I had like 3 of the different sets, like different colors. And they were dope. I loved them.
Well, shout out to Tico, because that's Tico's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tico.
Tico! You never want to say nothing. Fuck Tico. Anyway. Shout out to Woodstack, though.
Wood Steezy.
You know what I'm saying? But what else we got? What else? Oh, yo. You know what happened to me over the weekend? I got some food stamps, man.
You got some food stamps?
Yo, and I was so hyped to go spend these food stamps, my nigga. Like, you somebody.
Isn't it crazy how the times change?
Yo, Mo,
you wasn't hyped before?
Yo, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I was about to go with it. So my mom's, back in the days, you could use food stamp at the Chinese restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So on
But
Friday,
that was only if you had the hookup.
Now, Chinese restaurant my way was cool. And this kid named, I think his name was Chin. He went to school with me.
All Chinese kids were named Chin back then. And even if they weren't named Chin, you still called them Chin.
Yeah, but his name was Chin. He went to school with me, and he worked in the Chinese restaurant. So, my mom's would send us every Friday was like the day she didn't cook, and we get to have Chinese food. We get to pick Chinese food, pizza, whatever we wanted. So when we picked Chinese food, it was more expensive than pizza. She used to give us the food stamps. They used to come in a book, like with different colors and shit, right?
The funny money, Monopoly money.
So moms used to send me to go get the food stamp. They'll go get the Chinese food.
That shit was like a Mission Impossible mission.
Let me tell you something. I would come back to the crib in an hour, B, and she'd be like, yo, why you took so long?
Because you'd be waiting.
It's Friday night, and every time I go to pay, somebody from school or somebody from...
You be waiting. That's why I said...
I didn't want nobody to see me with that food stamp card, you know what I'm saying?
It was like an MI3.
Card, but the
money, it was like an MI3 mission. You were Tom Cruise.
Yo, listen, I'll be in there yo, Mo, let me tell you something. I'll be in there forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to turn off my phone too. I just felt it vibrate and hoping it, y'all don't hear no ring or nothing like. But that was crazy for me back in them days. But like I said, back in those days was so dope. We used to stand on like the cheese line, not the welfare line, but the cheese line. They used to give you the no frill.
I don't know nothing about that.
You know that? All right, cool. So we had the no frill peanut butter and the no frill
I remember
and the powdered milk.
I remember the Always Save. Remember the Always Save? You don't remember the Always Save brand from the supermarket? It was the yellow box and it had the red line. It was like the no frills.
I remember, yeah. I remember the King. What's that? Wasn't the Captain Crunch? It was the King something?
Oh, yeah, the retarded King dude.
Yeah. But what I want to say about that cheese line, that was the best cheese. I don't care what the fuck nobody
That
said.
hard ass cheese.
Son, no, you ever melt that cheese on a grilled cheese, B? That was the best cheese. Go make a powdered macaroni, a pan of macaroni and cheese with that cheese. Niggas know what I'm talking about. That cheese was crazy. But the peanut butter
my thing was
the hardest peanut butter. You just had to take that shit with a spoon and take like a lighter or put it on the stove. Because it would tear up the bread if you put it on the bread. Yo, I'm giving away too much of
No, and my aunt used to have that hard ass peanut butter.
That peanut butter was hard as shit, man.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But my thing was the peanut butter heroes. You know how you take the Italian bread and you just put peanut butter all over it? That's what I used to call it, peanut butter hero.
That's a shit sandwich, nigga. Why you eat that shit? Peanut butter hero?
That's what I used to call it, a peanut butter hero.
No jelly?
You used to take the whole Italian bread and just put peanut butter.
Who the fuck eat peanut butter without the jelly,
That's why I hate peanut butter now.
Yo, your mom must be like...
Listen, when you hungry, bruh, it's either that or some water and go to sleep.
You put it like that. Yeah, we ain't got nothing to eat in the crib. You eat anything. My mother used to be like, you don't got no food, eat ear pie for dinner.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all good, though. But, yo, we going to get into the show.
That's why I say we are all fortunate because our children don't have to go. They never have to experience the shit that we did, bro. Like, my kids can't even fathom going through that shit. Like,
going to bed hungry, nigga.
Man, listen.
Eating cereal with fucking water.
Yeah, and you know, milk. and it's so crazy because you think about it. It's like, damn, like, because our moms worked so goddamn hard. Like, they worked so hard, but you were still struggling.
Still struggling. Shit, it was only her in the house, and my mother had 2 boys. Your mother had 3.
My mother had 3 boys. Yeah.
At that time, she had 2. She got 4 now, but at that time, it was only me and my brother. Man, that shit was crazy. Yeah. I remember, you remember your mom used to tell you don't open the door for nobody? So one day I opened the door for somebody. My mom was like testing us. She would test us, like, and we had that. You remember that lock that was a round key? It had like a little thing on the top of it. It was a round key. It wasn't the regular key. The key was round. You know what I'm talking about.
That's some East New York shit.
Listen, he had this round key.
They ain't make it to Flatbush.
So, and it was a key on both sides of the door. So if the key wasn't on the other side of the door, you couldn't get out.
I just remember the bar. Remember the bar? The slide?
Slide bar? Yeah, remember that. So my aunt, who's not like my mother friend, we just call her auntie, you know what I'm saying? She had came to the crib. Oh, yo, let me in. I gotta use the bathroom bad. Then she's like, please, I'm gonna pee on myself. I gotta go so bad. Please. So I opened the door. My mother was right there with the bill. I was side of the door. What I told you?
What you supposed to do? Let her friend pee on herself?
Yo, listen, she told me not to open the door for nobody. You know what I mean? And we had a secret password. If you had to pick us up from school and shit like that, you had to say like plantain fritters.
Oh, y'all good. We ain't had you got picked up from school?
Yeah,
I was walking to school by myself. I was walking to school. See,
they would just let you out. Like, you know how they used to open the door?
Yeah, but my
school, let all the kids out.
My school, PS 249, was right around the corner. It was literally a block away. So I was going to school by myself since I was
I agree with you. We was going to school by ourselves for a long time and shit. From like, I told people I've been taking the bus since I was like 10, B, in the train. Like,
yeah, like I think we was doing that since we were like 7, like young as hell. And it's so crazy because I can't fathom letting my child do that on their own at 7 years old.
My daughter didn't take the train until she got to high school, and I took the train with her for like the first week to teach her the train. I was taking the train before in elementary school, bro.
Of course.
Like, it's just crazy.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just crazy, you know, but listen, Suave, we good? I don't know, see Suave doing some shit over there. But
Swizzle.
Anyway, shout out to Suave and E Legendary and my man Kenny over here. Kenny, get us some money, man. What the fuck you doing here? If you ain't getting us no money, don't come back here, nigga.
Yeah.
Look, Kenny ain't got nothing to say. Look.
I sent the text earlier. I'm
Oh, okay, he tried. Kenny tried, man.
Listen, man.
Kenny tried. Good. Shout out to Kenny.
Put in the effort and let God do the rest.
That's it, man. Y'all, we wish everybody a happy New Year once again.
Happy New Year to all.
Yeah, man. I hope everybody New Year starting off the right way. And
Hope this is a prosperous year for y'all.
And if it's not, just continue to keep doing what you're doing. Keep striving. You know what I mean?
Prosperity doesn't happen on its own. Everybody looking for God to make a miracle, but understand God can't make a miracle out of nothing. You got to give him something to work with. It requires effort.
Got to do the
on
work.
your part.
And you got to be consistent, man. So keep being consistent in your dream.
Consistency is the key.
Don't matter how, just real quick. I know we want to get into the show, but just to share something with y'all. A couple of weeks ago, even doing this show, we went through a period, maybe about 2-3 weeks, when everything was just messing up. It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was messing up. Y'all wouldn't know.
But y'all wouldn't have known that.
The sound was messing up. The camera was messing up. Somebody left and quit on us, and everything was just going haywire. We couldn't book. We were supposed to have mics on probably like a month ago, and it just didn't work out. And no matter what would happen, we kept persevering through it, right? We kept going. We kept figuring out as we go. Sometimes it didn't work out the way we needed it to work out, but it still worked out so we could get it to the guys, to you guys, to the audience. And what I'm saying is you got to keep being consistent. Even when you're getting resistance from every which way and the devil just showing up, you got to keep persevering, keep going, and don't stop, man. You know what I mean? And we ain't got no plans on stopping. So, I'll just encourage you guys not to stop. Whatever y'all going through this year, whatever y'all trying to achieve, you got to put the work in.
The only way out is through. You know what I'm saying? I see it this way. Some people think pain means stop. For me, pain always meant push harder, because you got to push through that pain. And after a while, it stops and you get your breakthrough, Keep on pushing.
100%. So we're going to get into the show. So, Mo.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Pee Wee
Herman, don't sue me.
You stupid. The first topic is kind of crazy to me, Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know me, Instagram as always, for my news. But
not the most credible news, but
it is what it is. That's what I got. So I saw the whole joint with Dana White and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Runs the UFC, great running sport, I should say. I love the UFC.
I like the UFC better before, when people used to get killed in the ring. I remember. I'm talking about at the beginning when there was no rules.
I don't know what he's talking about, but okay.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, but I don't want to see nobody die from.
I don't want to see nobody die either. I'm just saying it was more entertaining.
Yeah. So anyway. Him came out and said he's gonna figure out a way. People were saying he should figure out a way to discipline himself because it was wrong of him for hitting his wife. You know what I'm saying? Some people came out and said, a man should never hit a woman under any circumstances. And for me, I don't know if this is a story time because I don't want to make fun of this situation, but I've been through something like that.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even, and y'all could tell me what's the right way to go. Feel
free to let him know in the comments.
Yeah, let me know in the comments. So this was a couple of years ago. It had to be about 10, 12 years ago. I was dating a young lady, and when we first started dating, and getting to know each other stage, it was kind of crazy, right? So we got into some bickering. I don't even know what it was, but it was not, to me, it was nothing crazy, right? And she was like, I'm going home. So I don't mean to touch you, but give me just your arm for a second. So I kind of said, why are you going home? I didn't pull her, didn't drag her. She was like, get the fuck off of me.
That's sexual assault, by the way.
What?
Continue.
What are you talking about? I don't want to make fun of this situation.
I'm not making fun of the situation. I'm talking about these days. That's sexual assault these days.
We was in my house.
Unless she wants
Now,
you to do that. It's a weird gray area. But anyway,
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. There was no sex happening. Everybody was fully clothed, nigga. But anyway, so I grabbed her by the arm. I was like, yo, give me a hand again. I was like, yo, where you going? Like, what?
that's sexual assault, by the way.
This guy here again with the same bullshit. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my arm. I was like, yo, where you going? And she was like, get off of me. Don't touch me. And she kind of went berserk, right? In the crib and went so berserk, she threw a hit at me. Slapped me in the eye. I was like, oh shit, right? So I'm like, yo, chill, what the fuck, right? I'm holding my eye.
You pussy. Go ahead. Continue.
So, yo, this is not a funny situation, my nigga. The fuck?
I'm just saying.
She slapped me in the eye, and then she gets like, I had a starch spray can, you know the starch that you do your clothes with?
Yeah.
She picks up the starch spray can and throw it at my mirror.
God, you pussy. Go ahead.
And breaks the mirror, right? And at that point, I'm like, yo, you could just leave. Like, I don't want no
He Styles said, I don't want no problems.
Yo, just go ahead.
I don't want no
Styles
said, I can't see, I don't want no problems.
I don't want no problems. So the next day, thank God my mother was in town. She wasn't at my house at the time, but she was in town at the time. And the next day when I woke up, I couldn't see out of the eye, right? And every time I look at the light was just, it was blaring. My eyes was just water. Like, I was crying in one eye out of both eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like tears coming out of two eyes, but it was all coming out of one. And my eye was just watering. My eye was pitch like bloody red. And I called my mom. I was like, yo, Ma, I can't see. She's like, yo, let's go to the emergency room. So she takes me to the doctor. We go to the hospital and shit. Come to find out, I got a detached retina. Needless to say, my mindset kind of changed on that day, right? I've always been heard like a man should never hit a woman under any circumstances. A man could always hurt a woman more than a woman could hurt him. That day, that wasn't true because I almost lost my eyesight, right? So to me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this shit ain't true. Nobody should be really hitting nobody at that point, right? But I want to just, I'm gonna finish it up right now. So me, like, I wouldn't say an asshole, but me and Shorty start seeing each other again.
Say
Okay, well, whatever. Let me get through my story.
How-
Eddie, can I get through my story?
How bad was she?
Hold up, time out. So,
oh my God.
listen, nigga said
No,
Stockholm syndrome.
that's Styles home syndrome.
So, no, hold up, time out, listen. So we start seeing each other again, right?
No.
And listen, man.
You almost couldn't see her again. And we start seeing each other again.
All right, whatever, man.
No pun intended.
So we driving one day. You know me, I got the slick mouth. I've always got something slick to say. So we driving. It's a couple of months removed from the incident. And we driving. I say something slick. I don't remember what was said, but I say something, you know, slick. She said something, I said something slick. And as I'm driving, Shorty go, go ahead, you pussy, right? All right, cool.
Wait.
Time out.
You pussy.
Whatever. So I stopped the car immediately and say, smack! And I smack her back, right? And Shorty holds her face and go, I said, yo, you don't ever hit me again. Anytime you hit me, I'm gonna hit you the fuck back. Don't ever, right? So she's like, yo, fuck you, and she jumps out the car. A nigga was walking with his girl, he seen it, he ready to fight me now, but he didn't see it when she slapped me. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I don't know if it was right to hit her back or not, but I could tell you this. We dated for 4 years after that.
Yo, you.
Time out.
Yo, you're a sadomasochist.
Time out. We dated for 4 years after that, and she never, ever thought about hitting me again. When I hit her back, and I'm not telling you that's good to do, but I think she would have, if I never hit her back, she would have probably always threw a punch or threw a blow, my nigga. Like,
The funny thing is, I was gonna say to you that
so I don't know if, I want to ask the audience the question. So this, in the comments, I don't know if it's right, wrong. I just don't think anybody should be hitting anybody.
First of all,
sides.
no one should be hitting anyone. All right, because anyone's capable of hurting another person. It doesn't matter if it's woman to man or man to woman. But where you messed up is you were supposed to set that tone from the jump.
I never was hit like that before.
Because this is because this is something.
I'm
Look,
being honest,
I'm
brother.
very big on respect.
Yeah,
You understand? And that's the
But I
exact.
was stabbed before, but that's a whole nother story. But we're gonna talk about that later.
Because you pussy. But I'm very big on respect. You understand? And this is why I always set that tone. Yo, don't play with me. You get where I'm coming from? Like, look, I'm not gonna play with you like that. Don't play with me like I don't play that cursing at me. I don't play that hitting me. I don't play none of that because I believe that once that door to disrespect is open, it's so easy for it to go further and further and further and further. So I nip that in the bud. I don't play that game. You know, but no one should be hitting each other. In the case of Dana White and his wife, I don't understand why it's only him that should discipline him. She should also discipline herself because at the end of the day, if he disciplines himself and she doesn't discipline herself, then he goes from being abuser to being the abused because she's not going to stop.
Yeah, but
just like in your case, it's going to continue.
And the crazy part is, you know, his wife did say they never had that issue before. He said that never happened, and they was both under influences. And I think people, you know, people go through shit and shit happens, right? But what I want to say
But after
about
the first time it happens, it makes it easier for it to happen again. That's all I'm saying.
But I want to say though, if Dana White was black, that shit would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Cause we seen
Javante Davis.
we seen a bunch of people. We seen Chris Brown. We seen Bobby and Whitney. We seen so many different people. Even what's homeboy the football player that got into it with his wife?
Oh, and no, but
the elevator?
that was different, bro.
No, but she yeah he did.
That was different.
Time out. Wait a minute. Wait. The reason why I'm bringing up these incidents, if you saw the video before that, she was fighting him outside the elevator. He waited till he got in the elevator. I'm not saying he should have hit her like that. What I'm just saying to you is,
I mean, we seen Solange and Jay.
what I'm saying to you is, if it was a black dude hitting a woman, because he's not really that, he ain't out there like that. They would have been canceled.
No, it's definitely not out there like
yeah,
that.
it would have. You didn't even hear about it until I just told you.
Until you mentioned
That's what
it.
I'm just saying. If it was a black person, Dana White couldn't. He would have been canceled already.
But we're
You know what I'm saying?
we're always under more of a microscope. You know that.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand it. Because on one hand, it's not even that we're held to a higher standard. It's just we're always under more scrutiny.
Yeah, but look, man, this is my message to everyone. Just keep your hands off of people. I don't think
Keep
a man
your
should,
hands to
man should
yourself.
be beating no woman, and woman should be beating no man. And I tell my daughter this all the time. I say, yo, listen, don't feel like you grown enough or big enough to jump in a man's face and put hands on him.
Nope.
Because two things is gonna happen. He gonna fuck you up, and I'm gonna go to jail.
Exactly.
So
That's the same thing I always tell my daughter. I always say, protect me like I protect you. So do not put yourself in a situation to provoke anyone to do nothing to you because I'm leaving this house knowing I'm never coming back. Like, that's the reality.
yeah, so you know, just keep your hands off of people, man. And I hope they work out their differences, man. You know what I'm saying? So we see how that go. Another family thing I was watching was staying to like the sports kind of thing. I seen Tom Brady. People was commenting about Tom Brady and his son. Him and his son was, I guess, like hugging on the pool side. Like his son was like sitting between his legs, something like that, and he like kissed him on the back of his neck. And I saw people had a problem with that. And I couldn't understand why. His teenage son. I don't care if my son was 30 and I'm 50. I'm still kissing my son. Like, what? Like,
how about this, right? We live in a world where people experience so much mental illness. We live in a world where people experience so much trauma. And what people don't realize, a lot of the issues that grown adults have is because they didn't receive enough love from their parents. It ain't up to none of y'all to decide what's appropriate for that man, how for him to nurture his child. That's not up to nobody. If his child embraces that, then I see absolutely nothing wrong with it, man. Like this world is getting ridiculous with that, in all honesty.
well, like I said, for me, if it was my son, I don't. If my son, I'm gonna kiss my son until he's 30 years old. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hug my son and be affectionate with my son until the day I die. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? I love my son.
You don't have a son.
If I had a son, you know what I'm saying? I would, you know what I mean? This guy's so stupid. You know, I remember growing up, never forget, I was in the McDonald's. My aunt came to this country from Jamaica, and my niece, who was 30 now, was just an infant, probably about 2 months. And, well, not my niece, my cousin. She'd be my cousin. My niece, she was 30. She's 30 now. It's probably when she was about 2 months. My aunt came up here from Jamaica, and we went to McDonald's. And we went to McDonald's, so my aunt did what she naturally do to feed her. She took out her breast. She put a little towel around her and put the breast in her mouth. And, you know, I was used to seeing stuff like that, you know, just because I guess in West Indian households we just did that. I'm not
Yeah,
saying every household we did
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but, you know, that's how it was.
it's a normal thing.
And the manager came over, a worker came over. They was like, you can't do that. And you know, I wish it was nowadays because we would have been rich. You know what I'm saying? And my aunt went off in there. You know what I mean? I mean, she went ape shit. Like they told her she had to get out because she was like, I'm not stop feeding my baby for y'all. You know what I mean? So for me, you know, if you're not abusing your kid in any kind of way, any kind of shape, form, or fashion, you should be able to have those affectionate times or those parent to kid times with them. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, you know, even me at one time, I had a homegirl who kind of breastfed her son till like he was 5. I couldn't understand because I'm like, yo, he got teeth. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what she chose to do for her son. Was she abusing her son? No. Some people will look at it a bit different, and some people have a different opinion on it. But as long as it's not abuse happening, then I think it should be fine that you can show that affection to your kid. You know what I'm saying?
You should be able to nurture your child until your child. For instance, yo, you know what's crazy? So when my daughter was young, of course, you know you shower with your kid. I used to shower with my daughter, whatever. When my daughter turned like 3, I remember we came out the shower and I was telling her off, and she goes, "Daddy," because we used to call her private parts her toogie. So she goes, "Daddy, you have to wipe your toogie." So I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You got a big caca on your toogie." So I'm like, okay. She's getting old enough to be able to see the difference between me and her, so that has to stop. You get where I'm coming from? But once again, like I said, there is nothing wrong with you nurturing your child. Like that's my child. You know, and I don't know, man. To me, it's just the world is just so afraid of all of this dysfunction that's out there that they see everyone as an extension of it. You understand? Like when it comes to a parent and child, nothing is inappropriate. When I was young, my mother used to walk around me naked all the time. You understand? And some people think that that's inappropriate.
And when I was growing up, my aunts and stuff, they would get dressed. Not they breasts would be out like they, you know, when we was kids. But it was different growing up. I think Americanized kids and West Indian kids or kids from those type of countries, we raised differently. You know what I'm saying? And the traditions are different. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a bit of closeness. It's almost like once you enter the home, this is our safe haven. You understand what I'm saying? So everyone is allowed to be free. There is no man and woman, especially when it's family. You understand where I'm coming from? So there is none of those gender lines that where it's like, this is inappropriate to be naked in front of this person or that person. You know, my mom used to be naked in front of me. My aunt used to be naked in front of me. My cousins used to be naked in front of me. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid. It's just,
Look,
you gotta see it
Look,
like the same way when you have 2 kids that bathe together in the tub. You know, 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds. Bro, they don't care about none of that.
Yeah, I guess we got to figure out what's the appropriate age. I don't know, because when you go back to the motherland, you're looking like a place like Africa. They run around with the titties out, everything happening, and it is what it is, right? Nobody looks at it like on some molestation or some something inappropriate happened. I just think it's culture, and I think different cultures do different things.
But it's because we live in a perverted society, bro. There's so much that's going on in this American society that shouldn't be going on. And not to say that it doesn't go on in other places around the world, but we are so used to so much of this perversion that we think that it's just a part of, we think it's almost like we think it's normal. You get where I'm coming from? So the truth is, none of this is supposed to exist. So when you're talking about the family unit, there is no reason if you see a father with his son or a father with his daughter that any of that should cross your mind. But it's just we're so used to this rampant perversion that goes on out here.
Well, listen, man. I think it was all right for Tom Brady to kiss his son.
So do I.
It's all good.
Kiss your son, Tom Brady. Show him that love so he can grow up into a happy young man.
All right, in other news, sad news but good news all at the same time, because I seen today was a better result. Damar Hamlin, who played for the New York Buffalo Bills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Buffalo Bills. I was actually watching that game. Had passed out after tackling another player. He got up. It was kind of crazy because I ain't never seen like that. Actually, it was kind of similar to the Tua situation I think that happened earlier, but Tua kind of shook and fell, but he didn't. This guy didn't get back up. You know what I'm saying? He got up, he got up and fell, and next thing you know, an ambulance came out on the field, and I've never seen that before, right? Me, I've never seen it in a live football game where an ambulance come on the field. Usually, you see like a gurney or somebody get up, give a thumbs
Paramedics.
up, and they walk off, and they be all right. But in this case, they were saying they was giving him CPR. Like, that was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? And, shout out to him and his family. Prayers to him and his family, first and foremost. This morning I was watching, they said he was up and he was writing. He asked, like, who won the game? And the doctor said, you did. You won the game of life. You know what I'm saying? So that showed that he had cognitive awareness that what was happening. So that's good. Brain function was good. I think they still was worrying about his lungs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But they said he had motor functions, his hands was moving, his legs was moving. So bigger to him and his family. I hope he got a speedy recovery. And I hope the NFL, when they go to the CBA agreement, really look into how they take care of their players. NFL, it's time for y'all to just start giving guaranteed contracts to these players, B. Because everybody talked about him putting his life on the line. These players put their life on the line, their health. They had a big CTE issue a couple of years ago. They still have those issues happening. And a lot of these guys, he's a 2-year player. So I don't know if you know in the NFL.
3 or 4 years before you get any type of pension.
Before you get any type of pension. So right now, if he never comes back, he won't get anything. And he was actually playing well this year. You know what I'm saying? He was a 6th-round draft pick, and another player had went down. He got into the game and actually was doing very well for them. So he probably would have got a good contract this year. So that's up in the air now. His mother's father, brothers, they all probably depending on that, right? And himself and whoever else he got going on in his life. And it's sad and it's crazy. NFL, y'all gotta do better in taking care of y'all players. You can't say all week this is a dangerous sport. People could lose their life. The CTE issues and shit like that, and don't take care of your players. Y'all got billions and billions of dollars. This is the number one. It's supposed to be America's sport. We got to, not we, but you guys have to take care of your players. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have to take, if a kid get hurt in his first year, second year, he should be able to get compensation for that. And the well compensation for that. If he can't work for the rest of his life, he can't function the right way for the rest of his life, he should be compensated for that. So you guys gotta fix that. But I did see his foundation. He was getting like $2,500, I think, trying to
No, they said it was like I think $3 million that was raised.
No, he was asking for $2,500.
Okay.
I think it went up to like $6 million. Is that $6 million? How much? Is that $7 million,
$7 million right now.
So I'm glad that people felt the need to donate to it, and you know what I mean. And I just hope the kid can get back on his feet, man. Furthermore, like I said, the NFL just got to do better by their players.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, listen, man. Every business reinvests right into its business. If the stadiums were falling apart, the NFL would reinvest into these stadiums. I mean, for maintenance or whatever. And I mean, it's the same with the players, man. You have to reinvest because the players are the engine that pretty much churn out these billions and billions of dollars of profits, that this sport makes, man. So if you're not taking care of your players, like, come on, bro. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, these young men, I mean, they come out of college and yes, it's definitely an opportunity, but at the same time, what they're trading, they're giving up their bodies, man. They're giving up, a lot of these guys retire, man, and these guys' bodies is all beat up, man. So they're, aside from just a pension, there should be a good health package, to take care of these guys, man, long after they leave the league. And truth be told, man, these guys shouldn't have to wait 3-4 years to pretty much get a pension, because anything can happen within that first 3 years. Look what happened to Damar Hamlin. Anything could happen. I mean, these guys could be handicapped out there on that field, God forbid. Y'all need to take care of y'all people,
But
seriously.
also, in that too, I don't know if you saw with Skip Bayless
Ugh.
on Undisputed. You know what I mean? He had put out not on Undisputed. He had put out a tweet.
The caucasity. God.
And the tweet was kind of like, tasteless. You know what I'm saying? He came back and said that, what he really meant by the tweet. But I think by that time, people was just killing him on Twitter. Shannon Briggs had took the day off because he didn't want to go in.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Briggs, I'm sorry. Shannon Sharp went in the next day.
Let's go, champ.
Went in the next day, basically said, he didn't come in that day because he didn't want the conversation to be about Skip's tweet. You know what I'm saying? And that I like that show. I like that show in First Take. Skip be saying some real kind of crazy.
The caucasity.
Yeah, some underlying racist shit. Enough is enough with that also. So,
but
it's just crazy.
But
I
also didn't like.
Because he was worried more about the game than really. He felt like he was worried more about the game than about Damar.
But this is my thing. So Skip apologizes. Shannon comes back. Shannon's doing his little monologue addressing the situation, but Skip jumps in and says he's not deleting the tweet.
No, I think he said, I hope Skip deletes the tweet.
He said, listen, he said, I hope he does, but then Skip felt the need, like he had the arrogance to just jump in and be like, no, I'm not deleting the tweet.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro, that's tasteless.
But this is like the second big argument. I don't know if they had other ones. I do watch the show, but like in the last month, because they just had a big blowout the other day when
he didn't like how Skip spoke to him.
Yeah, spoke to him about him playing on the field. You know what I'm saying? But Skip, you gotta chill the fuck out, B. That's the only way I can say it, man.
You frail, Skip. You can't handle a slap from Shannon Sharp, bro. Listen, man.
Not only that, it's so funny because I'm looking at Skip in his tweet, right? And I don't understand how Fox FX1 didn't make him take down a tweet or didn't really have.
But Kyrie's tweet was the tweet that stopped the world, right?
Stopped the world. So that's where I'm going with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand.
God, y'all are selective.
Very selective on who and when.
The caucasity of you people.
Shit crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Shit crazy.
I know. I may not say, but I know.
That shit crazy. So in other news, I was watching, like I said, where I get my news from, but I saw
not the most credible news.
Oh man, I saw Gabrielle Union.
Oh man.
She was saying she felt that she could cheat on her husband, her first husband.
In her first marriage.
Her first marriage, because she paid all the bills. So I just want to ask you. Is it cool for a woman who pay all the bills to cheat on her husband, not her first husband, but to cheat on her husband?
See, I don't even think that's the question that needs to be asked.
Okay, so tell me what you think.
I think for me the question is, so if Gabrielle Union felt in her first marriage that because she paid all of the bills, she should have been able to cheat, does that mean that if she's in a marriage where the man pays all of the bills, that it's okay for him to cheat?
See, that's why I was gonna go with that. Because, people always say, men with money, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they could do anything they want to do. Because
men with money.
Yeah, because they paying all the bills, they putting out the paper. So that's what I want. I was gonna ask you
I don't believe that that's always the case, man. And you have to understand that we're in a world that a lot of times men with money know that they are with a woman that is with them because of their amount of wealth. I don't believe that because you pay the brunt of the bills means that respect shouldn't be present. But when you're dealing with a woman that's only interested in you because of your finances, you deal with her a certain way. Yes, affluent men, wealthy men, a lot of times, they do what they want to do. I don't believe that respect shouldn't be present just because you're the breadwinner in the relationship. I don't believe that. If a woman is with you because she loves you, bro, you don't marry a woman if there's no respect there, man.
That's not what Gabrielle Union says. She's saying if she pay the bills, she could go sling that crotch somewhere else. Nigga, what the fuck
Yeah.
you talking about?
Well, and this is why I think that there is a balance that
So
has
I'm
to.
just, I know what you
Do I
about to
agree?
say.
No, I don't agree.
No, I'm gonna ask you if you agree.
Okay. What's the question?
If she's saying, I'm paying the bills, I can cheat. Should Dwayne Wade cheat if he paying all the bills?
Well,
her case.
by
By her standard.
by her standard, yes, definitely.
Okay. That's what I was. That's
Definitely.
what I was trying to, because
Definitely.
that was my point I was trying to get to,
but-
because I couldn't really understand. I ain't never heard.
But you and I both know that the way that the world is now, it's off kilter, brother. Universe is on
So let
tilt.
me ask you this then: is it wrong for a woman to pay bills if a woman is the breadwinner, right? Like in some case, men are the breadwinners. If the woman is the breadwinner, is it okay for her to take care of the bills? If she the breadwinner in the world that we live in today?
I think it's all dependent on the situation. If she can afford to pay all the bills and that's something that she's okay with, I believe that the way that women are wired, I don't think that most women are capable of paying all the bills and still respecting a man. I think that she will eventually begin to resent him. I truly do believe that. And listen.
Well, that's what it showed, right?
And do I think that there's a small percentage of women that are capable of that? Very much so. I don't think that every woman is the same. So there probably is a small percentage of women. Mita was on here. Mita said she likes broke niggas, right?
She'll pay,
And she
right?
says she'll pay and she won't disrespect her man. I do believe that there's a small percentage of women.
Yeah.
You know, nothing in life is 100%, you know? So I do believe there's a small percentage of women that are capable of that. But I think the majority of women, if they pay all the bills, they will eventually begin to resent a man and they will eventually begin to disrespect him.
Well, what I think needs to happen, you need to play this back and give a Mita moment, and let Mita teach Gabrielle Union what to do.
Gabrielle, you need to check out this clip.
Do you think?
Look, shut the fuck up, Mo.
I have a problem though. I have a problem with control.
Oh, see. Yeah.
But I'm alpha submissive. I'm always
Never heard that.
How does that
Explain
work?
that.
Because-
Explain that, Mita.
because I'm always
Let me
gonna,
hold time out. Let me do something first. Explain that,
I'm
Mita.
always gonna let a man be a man, even if he makes less than me. So I'm still gonna let him believe like he rules the world and he's making the decisions, even though I may conjure it up and make it seem that way. I'm always gonna allow him to believe that he runs everything.
And we're back.
So I hope you enjoyed that clip, Gabrielle, and you learned something from Miss Mita. So check this out. I was watching sad news in Baltimore area, which I'm in the DMV area like maybe about 2 to 3 times a month. You know, going back and forth down there. I told you could meet me down there. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on in Maryland, bruh?
Maryland, D.C., Virginia. Stop giving out my locations, nigga. Fuck is wrong with
Yo,
you?
bro, I just gave out a whole state. Like this.
Yeah, but you know, I be back
crazy.
and forth, you know, moving and shaking the last couple of months. And I seen that the mayor was on the news, and sadly, a 7-year-old girl was fatally shot in Baltimore. And he basically went on the news and said, you know, he's tired of people dying over dumb shit. I think he's like, how old is he? 38?
38.
38, the mayor,
38
black
years
man. And people was outraged because of how he spoke and what he said. To me, once again, Mo, I don't find nothing wrong what he said. People are dying over dumb shit, and there's enough is enough. And a lot of these young kids are out here doing the shooting, and they need to hear somebody who can speak in their language, maybe to respect it a little bit more. We just had a conversation with Mike Son last week, and I told him, you know, a lot of times when I look at these ballots, there's nobody that, he said it too, that represents us, look like us.
Correct.
And
Speaks like us, understands us.
And we need more people in power who speaks like the younger generation, right? A lot of times when we go out to these polls, you know, a lot of politicians cater to older folks, which is nothing wrong with that. But there's a whole generation coming up, and if we don't get the eyes and ears on the new generation, we can never change nothing that's happening.
The older generation is on their way out, bro. The children are the future. That is the reality of the situation. They're the future of America. You understand? So if you don't appeal to the younger and you don't teach the younger, and you're not also catering to them. I mean, bro, the older generation is on its way out. And even speaking on that, it's just so crazy because even clips that I've put up on social media of our interview with my son, like I see people in the comments being so critical because he used the word nigga or because he cursed, and I just don't understand it. It's so easy to sit there from on your couch not putting in any effort to make any goddamn change, but to criticize a man that's putting in the effort. It's like, yo, y'all need to just shut the fuck up. Like, straight up, man, because I'm so tired of this shit, man. Like, the people that are out there put in the effort, putting in the legwork to actually incite some type of change in the world and to fix things, y'all are so goddamn critical of, when y'all are 100 times worse. Like, I don't even get it. It's like, yo, look, if that's the case and you want to criticize that man, then how about you go put your hat in the ring and you do his goddamn job? It's that simple.
Listen, man. Like I said, I love what the mayor had to say. Matter of fact, what's the man's name? What's his name? Because I want to shout him out. I love what the mayor had to say. I love the way he said it. He didn't hold nothing back.
Y'all ain't like that I said shut the fuck up? Well, you know what you could do? Shut the fuck up.
So, listen, if people are dying over dumb shit, enough of this
Exactly.
shit is enough. And Brandon, shout out to Mayor Brandon Scott.
And another thing too, a 7-year-old
was killed, and that's why I want to get
killed,
to.
man. Like, that's an
7-year-old
emotional
killed.
situation. You know how pissed off that man probably is? That happened in his city. He probably feels like, yo, this happened
Under his
on my watch.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
so of course, it's like your kids, right? You deal with your kids a certain way, but sometimes something happens where they just piss you off, bruh, and you may
shut the fuck
slightly
up.
act out of character. Yeah. And the truth is, that is not malicious. It actually comes from a place of love because you care that much.
Listen, man, shout out to Brandon Scott again.
Shout out Brandon Scott,
and my
man.
condolences go out to the family of the 7-year-old who passed away.
Very much so, and I hope people stop dying over dumb shit.
100%. So look, man, it was a new year. The new year, we in 2023 right now.
2023.
But 2022 went past.
2022.
And it couldn't go past without Uncle Murder's wrap up.
Yo, Merc, what up?
Friend to the room. That's a brother of mine, so I look forward to it every year.
Very much so.
Murder to me.
And he did not disappoint.
He did not disappoint. You know what I'm saying? It was 15 minutes of pure mastery for me.
I call it pure murdery.
Pure murdery.
Because Murder's a rapper, but he's also a comedian.
Yeah. And he's like that in real life.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like, when we get him on the show, we got to do a story by story.
I can't wait to hear
Murder.
Story Time with Murder, bro.
So it's a story time with Murder.
And you're probably going to be included in his story.
Yeah, we got a lot of stories together. But Murder is funny as hell. He addressed every single thing. It's too much shit for me to even talk about. I don't think he missed anything. I did see your boy, the Bishop.
The Bishop?
We got to talk about Bishop. Bishop, come on the fucking show, B.
Yo, matter of fact, I'm going to call the Bishop. I'm going to call the Bishop. Seriously, I'm going to call him tomorrow, and I'm going to see if he'll come on the show. Because
All right, cool.
the Bishop, he was atting 50 Cent, talking about he want to challenge Murder to a boxing match. He want 50 to put up the bag. Yo, Bishop, go sit your ass down. You my dude and all of that, man, but go sit your ass down.
Every week, this nigga want to fight somebody, man.
Yo,
Bishop, put up a bag.
but you know what, though?
I'm not putting him the money, though, but I'll fight you.
But I'll give this to the Bishop. I've seen him challenge many people that he wanted to fight, on some serious shit. But with the challenge to Murder, it was on some lighthearted shit. Because I even saw Murder comment under the Bishop's post, and he commented, "Amen." You know what I mean? So it was lighthearted. It wasn't nothing serious. But Bishop, you need to stop wanting to fight everybody, man.
Nah, 100%.
Or we could just have you slapbox somebody on the show, Bishop.
I think you and Moe would be nice.
Yo, bro, you always trying to get me to slapbox somebody, bro. Like,
so you don't think you'll be Bishop ass?
listen.
Who you got your money on, Tico?
I do my thing, bro.
You got your money on Moe or you got your money on the Bishop?
Yo, Tico, why you got to think about it?
Tico had to think about this shit.
Yo. You do know I'm back in the gym. Today's my 3rd day.
Okay, cool. So you got another 20 days to get ready for Bishop.
Here we go.
You got another 20 days. So look.
Shout out to Bishop Lamar Whitehead, man.
Man, Bishop, chill the fuck out, man. So check this out. Let me ask you a question. So, y'all could please leave a comment in this. I want some of the ladies to get into this conversation. I see we got a young lady in the house, so I'll probably ask her a question. How long should it take to have sex when you're dating somebody? Is it cool to have sex on the first date? Should it be a couple of weeks? What's the rules on that to you?
I don't think there's any rules, and I don't think that there's a time period, man. I mean, I think a lot of times women think that if they sleep with a man on the first date, that he's not going to be interested, right? The truth is, if a man is interested in you, you can sleep with him on the first date and he will still be interested in you. And if a man is not interested in you, you can wait 6 months, and once he sleeps with you, he's still not going to call you. That's the reality of the situation.
I tell my sisters this shit all the time. I be like, yo, listen, a nigga would chase you all the way from grade school just to get that coochie. And when he finally gets the coochie, he hit it 2 or 3 times, and he out.
Yeah, but that's why the important thing for a woman is to be able to decipher the difference between a man who is interested in you and a man who lusts you. Because in all honesty, there are men.
I don't know if you could tell that though, Mo, because I had sex on the first date with one of my girls, right?
And that changed things?
And I was with her for 10 years after
But
that.
this is-
I didn't know. I just wanted the coochie,
But-
and we wound up staying for 10 years.
So
Like,
so at the beginning you just wanted the cool. See, but
I
that's,
liked her. I'm not gonna tell you I didn't like
But
her.
this
I had interest, but it was her. It wasn't the box that
I
did
know.
it.
The box is never what keeps you, bro.
Yeah, and I told somebody that today.
But this
the
is-
box don't never keep you. You know what she was? It's gonna sound crazy.
But you're crazy.
She was, because women don't like this statement. She was submissive to me. Meaning, and I don't mean like she did something that at that time other women was kind of combative with mad.
But you're absolutely right. Let me tell you, ladies, something. You want a man to be a king, but you don't want to treat him like a king. When you treat a man like a king, yes, some men will take advantage, but the truth is, when you treat a man a certain way, you're putting him in a position to perform. A man cannot be a king to you if he's being treated like a peasant. You cannot expect a man to treat you like a wife if he's not being respected, if he's not being catered to, because you're not creating the environment for him to be that type of individual. I know a lot of y'all are like, well, I don't want to give, if you give him the milk for free, he won't buy the cow. But the truth is, you have to think about it. You know how they say, if you want her to be an angel, then you have to provide heaven, right? I can't treat a woman like shit, but then expect her to be a wife. And in the same reality, you have to create the environment for a man. You see how you said she was submissive to me? Mm-hmm. Once she's submissive to you, bruh, then she puts you in that space.
Go back to the, because when you say you can't get the milk, what you said? What the
A lot of women believe that if you give the milk away for free, the man will never buy the cow.
Shit, I just be buying dinner. These bitches be giving me the whole cow.
But yeah, but I say that to say.
I don't know.
Wait.
Sometimes you can buy them a dinner, you can buy them a handbag, you can buy some shoes, and they give you the cow. So that's another thing. I was having that discussion too, in that, like, some women feel like, I was having a conversation with a young lady. She was telling me, basically, she could have, a man got to take her out and wine her and dine her, and then she has to decide if she wants to give him the box. And then some dudes feel like, if I'm wining you, dining you, you should give me the box.
You have to.
Right? So I don't know what's right? Because
there are no rules.
One is tangible, right? Like wining and dining and taking you out is a tangible thing. But a woman has to give herself to you, right? So hold up, wait a minute. So I understand it's two different things, right? But some women, and then one of the girls explained it like, another girl had explained it to me, well, I could take myself out, I could do all this other stuff too. And then I hear other women say, yo, I'm a boss bitch. And since I'm a boss bitch, I don't need no nigga to do nothing for me, but he got to spend his money on me and I ain't spending my money. So I'm kind of confused with what's happening out here. Right?
Listen, there are way too many variables. And the reason I say that, for there to ever be any rules or for there to be any time period, do you know how many times female friends of mine have said, yo, I went out on a date with this dude and the date was going great and I was going, look, he was going to get the ass that night. And then for some reason, right at the end of the day, he said one thing that just turned me off. You understand what I mean? So The truth is, there are so many different variables that send things a million different ways.
I get you.
know, there's
Hold on,
no
let me
way.
see something, Mo. You young lady, let me ask you. How long a man got to wait to get the coochie? Is there a time period or no time period? We got somebody in the house. I was asked the young lady that's here.
Put her on the spot.
Real quick.
Definitely good. I mean, I definitely think it just depends on the person, you know. And there are multiple variables, like you said. So.
She said it depends on the person, and there are multiple variables.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fair. So let me ask you this question, Mo. Since we into the relationship thing, we talking about all that, and we haven't gone on this side for a while, a little spicy with it. Hair on the coochie or no hair on the coochie? Which one are you fucking with?
I don't mind like a landing strip. I like no hair on the coochie. I don't know, like hair on the coochie is just so 1993 to me.
Yo, you know when I was a kid, I used to love that bush, right? I used to love to see the bush, like, you know what I mean? And as I got older, yo, I got two crazy stories. So
God always has a story.
I know, I always got stories. So the first time I ever seen a bald coochie was like when I was like in my I just graduated high school. And
Did you just say your mid-20s and then said you graduated high school?
I still said my mid-20s? No, not my mid-20s. I don't know what I said, but I had just graduated high school. It was right out of high school. I didn't get the girl until the year after I came out of high school. I was trying to get her from high school, and I got her the year after I came out of high school.
She left her number in your yearbook?
Nah, I saw her on the train going to work, and we just got together. And my dude, I was so mad at the bald coochie, B.
You were upset at it?
Because it reminded me like a little kid coochie, like a little girl vagina or something. So I
I've
was like,
never
yo, I was so mad because why you got a little girl vagina? Like, you're supposed to have hair on it. Like, I didn't really, my nigga, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I was young. I was, you know, it was like a little kid box. I didn't want that shit. Like, it was just making me mad.
You still took it though?
I played with it. I didn't get it.
But you played with it.
I played with it.
And if she would have given it to you, you would have took it.
I'm gonna tell you
so
something.
So what do you
else.
mean
So
you ain't want it?
I gotta rewind. So go back. So around 15, 16, I'm playing with a vagina. You know, we get to the little finger pop.
He
thing.
said I'm playing with a vagina. Like it's a toy.
So
this guy's crazy.
I'm doing this finger popping thing. I'll never forget this day. I wish my cousin Specs was here. And I finger popped this girl. She had all this hair. Coochie was mad hairy, right? And yo, when I pulled my hand out, it's my first time I ever like fingered a girl, right? And I pulled my hand out, and I was like, "What that smell?" Right? The smell was so pungent, my nigga.
She was from East New York.
So I went. So look, I went. She was probably from the Bronx. The fuck out of here. But I went to the bathroom, right? So I washed my hand, and I said, "Yo, Specs, smell my hand." He said, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" He said, "Go wash your hand." I said, "I did." He said, "Get that bitch out your house." So, but now coming back to bald coochie.
Bald coochie.
It smelled better, right?
Let's just call it the bald eagle.
The bald eagle it was better, right? So as I got older, I started to recognize that my point in this whole conversation, when the coochie used to have the hair on it, I feel like it had more smell to it. You know what I'm saying? So much so.
Possibly.
So much so, I shave my shit now. I don't even keep no hair on my shit. Like, I shave my shit off. Like, y'all, you know, I go to the bathroom and shit. I used to use the nail. That shit used to stink. I hate that shit. But I wish, like, I could laser my shit off. I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? So, because I noticed that with girls with hair sometimes, they smell more. Or they would have to wash
I don't
more.
think that's necessarily the case. I
Yo,
think a
a
clean woman is a clean woman.
Nah,
but then again, the hair does hold more bacteria.
More bacteria. When they urinate, they got to wipe. You know
It's
what I'm
just
saying?
like
back then, niggas didn't have wipes.
It's just like beards too. A lot of people don't know that. That's why, like, if you go in my bathroom, I got hella beard conditioner, beard
shampoos. Tell me niggas' beard be stinking.
Yeah, bruh. I'm telling you, like, I shampoo my
beard.
beard. I shampoo my beard maybe like 4 times a week.
Yeah, I wash my beard every time. I don't got like.
No, I'm talking about but I'm talking about shampoo, conditioner,
yeah,
beard
every time I'm
balm,
in the
beard
shower.
serum, all of that. Like,
every time I'm in the shower, I wash my shit. So, you know, yeah.
So if you got hair on your coochie, take care of it. Get some coochie wash,
Now listen, man,
some coochie conditioner, some
let's get
coochie
the laser
serum.
treatment, man.
Get some coochie balm.
So in other news, I seen that the Mexican government went after El Chapo Sunday and put him in custody.
You talking about Chappie Jr.?
Chappie Jr., they got him.
Got him.
Y'all niggas ain't getting no bricks for a while, B.
Listen, I don't know about that
It might
because
dry up a little
the
bit.
way
out here
them
on the
dudes
street.
get down, they might be afraid at the precinct tonight. They done broke his pops out a couple of times.
Oh, it is the Mexican government, so yeah, you're right. You
Them
know what I'm
dudes
saying?
is connected, bro. Anything. Listen, it's like Wyclef. Anything can happen.
Well, listen, on other news, I did see in Tennessee they have a new law that's coming out that for drunk drivers, if you are a drunk driver and you kill someone, a parent,
And they have an underage child.
you have to pay child
support.
What do you think about that?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair because once again, drunk driving, the second you decide to get behind the wheel when you're intoxicated, that's a choice that you're making.
Yo, I have a question, and I know this might sound dumb as shit. Y'all can go in the comments.
Now, you just say it might sound like you.
You slap the shit out this thing in 2 seconds, dude. But I got a question. So a drunk driver has to be responsible if they get in a car and they kill somebody because they're under the influence, right? But if you're drunk and somebody has sex with you, that person is responsible because you gave up the coochie or the penis.
That's a very good question. Yes, because a woman cannot give
Not
consent.
even a woman, a man too. 'Cause
No.
it could be a man.
A man too. No, a woman cannot give consent if she is under the influence. A man can be accused of rape if he sleeps with a drunk woman if she says that she was sexually assaulted.
So what I'm asking you, if she can't give consent, so
Then
that's
how
cool.
then how can you be responsible
How can you be
as a drunk?
responsible in a car to know what you're in your right mind to get in your car?
I think you what is this, Tennessee?
Yeah.
I think you should go down to Tennessee with. Let's call my son. You're gonna go down to Tennessee with Until Freedom, and you're gonna
figure
go
this shit out.
and you're gonna go down
Yeah, I
to the
just wanna
courthouse.
know.
No, you're gonna listen to me. I think that is a very valid point. If a woman cannot give consent while she is under the influence because she is intoxicated, then how can you say that someone who is intoxicated is in their right mind to make a conscious decision to drive a car? That is that is a very valid point.
Yeah,
and I'm being totally serious. That's a very valid point, and I think that that's something that should be brought to the attention.
I just want to know if y'all got answers for me in the comment. Please leave in the comment because I'm a little bit confused about that. I seen that.
Yeah, that's because to me that's just like the death penalty, right? I always say we kill people who kill people because killing people is wrong. That doesn't make sense.
This is the crazy world we live in, man.
It doesn't make sense.
But look, man, that's all we got for you today. We
That's
made it
all
short
we
and sweet
got.
this week because last week we gave you 2 full 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all hanging out. With
Very much so.
Brooklyn Boys Radio.
Back for the 2023.
Yes,
Wishing
sir.
you guys much health, wealth, and prosperity.
And shout out to Woodstack once again.
Shout out to Wood Steezy. Yo, Tico. Yo, where Ken at? Ken went to Founders Day. Shout out to all the founders.
I don't even know what that is, but
It's
shout out.
it's
shout out to
the
Suave.
fraternities.
He got high
It's
water
I think he
pants
said it's
on.
the Kappas. The Kappas.
No, Suave got high water pants on. Nobody ain't
Suave,
talking-
yeah, Suave.
look like a whole bad bag of dope. We ain't gonna talk about that. though.
Sweezy. What
know
up
what
to
I'm
my
saying?
guy E Legendary?
I wonder why he's legendary. What the fuck did he do?
He's a legend. He had to act legend back in the days.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I want to know because this nigga look ordinary to me every time I see him.
I have a new slogan for 2023, by the way, for me to end every episode with.
Let me hear this bullshit you know about to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? What I notice is on social media, as soon as people have a difference in opinion, they automatically start cursing each other out and they become enemies, right? And they'd be like, oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, just because of a difference in opinion. And what I realize with our people is every time we have a difference, that's what keeps us from being unified, right? Is the fact that differences in opinion. We hold on to these differences so much that we think that's what separates us, although it is our commonalities, the things we have in common, the fact that we're all striving for the same thing, that's what supposed to keep us unified. So my slogan is, it's about unity, not uniformity. And with that said, Brooklyn, we out.
That shit was trash. We out.